Hey Bookies, welcome back for another 1 minute review. Today we're going to be talking about a Valentine's Day book rec. So let's get started. It is the season of love, so I have to recommend some really cute romances that I have read recently. We're going to start with one of my new favorite obsessions, the Well Met series by Jen DeLuca. At the time of recording this video, I have not completed the series, so I don't fully know what is all going to happen, but it is a contemporary romance series set around this Ren Fair. So everyone meets their love at this Ren Fair. It's all interconnected. You see previous characters come back. Right now I am on book 2 and well played, and I'm just excited to get through the series. I am loving it, and I can't wait to fangirl about it with Jen DeLuca at Love Y'all Book Fest. I highly recommend this series. It's so cute. The first one is especially my favorite so far. We follow Emily, who moved to the town temporarily. Her boyfriend kicked her out of their old apartment because he's like, I'm a big shot lawyer now, and I'm not gonna date a bartender, whatever BS, because she had to quit. She had to drop out of college to go support his butt, and we don't like men like that. Anyways, so she moves to this town that her older sister is living in because her older sister got into a horrific car accident. Everyone's alive. The daughter that the older sister has is fine. Barely walked away with, barely got a scratch from the incident. The older sister, though, she broke her leg. She has to have rehab, so she needs help, especially taking care of her high school age daughter. So here comes our female protagonist, Emily, and she's like, I got lists, I got plans, I'm intelligent, I can do this. I can do it with a broken heart, guys, and she is the epitome of it. I love her to death. And when her niece is wanting to sign up for Ren Fair, and she gets told that the parents have to also sign up, she signs up in her sister's steed, because obviously you can't go galloping through the woods dressed as someone from the medieval ages with a boot on your leg and not able to walk. It just didn't happen back then. And they're not certainly going to chop off her leg. Anyway, for a fair. But, so she signs up, and she immediately is enemies to lovers with this guy named Simon. He runs the fair. He's very micromanagey. And they rub each other the wrong way, but then they start to fall in love throughout the book. And it's so cute. I absolutely love it. The second one will take place with her friend Stacy, who has been there for a bit, and she's wanting some change because she does the same thing every year, and her life is just repeating. She wants change, and when she drunk online messages an old hookup, they start email communicating, and she gets catfished, but it might actually turn out to be a good catfish for her. I'm not finished with that book. But anyways, so cute. Absolutely love it. I could go on and on and on and on about the series, but I'm going to stop myself right now. The next one that I am also going to probably talk about for way too long is The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. I read this one for the Love Y'all Challenge, as I did the Well Met series. Oh my gosh, guys. I loved it so much. It's a baseball romance. Our female protagonist, she just signed her divorce, just literally signed her divorce papers, and she takes the tickets to a baseball game that her now ex-husband did have. She got them in divorce, and she's getting drunk, she's feeling herself, and a batter who's been having a rough season comes out. She joins everyone in heckling, but she shouts something that upsets him to a point that he starts crying. She goes online, and she's like, over the next couple of days, she goes online and she's like, oh God, she tries to do this apology and to, say something witty, but when she sent the message, she sent it without the apology accidentally because, and I've been there, notes app, it's kind of weird. So now she is flirtatiously talking to this guy that she upset horrifically, and especially on TV because it was like the National Baseball League, one of the National Baseball Leagues. And he doesn't know that she's the one that upset him. And yeah, it's so good. And she also becomes a news reporter for the baseball team. And they're gonna have to talk about the elephant in the room between them at some point. And it was good. It was good, guys. The next one is Dog Loves Baby. I have to include like a couple of little kids books, and this one is gonna be perfect if you have a little one, or just someone that just enjoys board books. Sometimes the simplicity of a board book, especially in today's climate, is refreshing. Nothing bad happens in a board book because everything is resolved by the end of the book. Anyways, Dog Meets Baby is like the other dog and cat loves and whatever, or cats first, dogs first. This one centers around a dog learning about Valentine's Day along with the baby and along with your little reader. It's cute. I gave it to my mother-in-law to give to a couple, or one of the littles that is within her family or her friends' families. She has a couple of littles that she goes around and likes to spend some time with, so I gave her a book. The next one that I'm going to talk about is The Truth According to Ember by Danica Nava. And guys, Danica Nava is a romance author that you should be watching out for. Her books are epic. This one centers around our female protagonist named Ember, and she has a lying problem. She can't stop lying, even when she doesn't really need to lie. She is having a rough go at it, though, in her personal life. Her brother is in prison right now, currently. He's in jail currently. And she's working a dead-end job at a bowling alley. And she's trying to apply for these other jobs, but because, and the reason why he's in prison is because when she put up the money to bond him out of jail until his court date, he fled. And that money, she got the money from her college, so she couldn't pay for college because he dropped out. And when you do that, I'm not giving legal advice, first of all, I can't. But I will say how it works is when you bond someone out, you are responsible for making sure that they attend their court date. You are acting as their bondsman. So if you were going to bond someone out of jail, if you're going to pay $1,000 or more to get your honey or get your parent or your sibling or your roommate, whatever, out of jail until their court date, you need to make sure that you can trust them or that you can physically get them to that court date. Because if you don't, your bond is gone. You did not fulfill your duty as a bonds person. You don't get the money back. It's been revocated. Or revoked. One of those words. I don't know. I've been out of the legal loop for a hot minute. You lose the money. She lost the money. He fled. That's not on her. That's on him. But you need to I'm just saving you the heartache. I'm not victim blaming because at the end of the day, it is with their own mentality if they decide to flee or not. But if you're going to do that, make sure it's someone that you can trust. At least someone that even if they do flee, that they can get you the money back. Anyways, so that money, it's gone. And she's been trying to get a better job to try to better her life. And it's not going great because as much as we would like to believe it, that people fair opportunity employ and stuff like that, we know they don't. And she's a native. She's an indigenous person. And as soon as she checks that box, she knows that they're not looking at her resume. And they're not. So she lies. She lies about her ethnicity, and she lies about the amount of college that she has. And she gets a job. Woohoo! She gets a job at a tech company as a, what was it? As an accountant. She's really good about teaching herself via Google. But she starts to fall in love with one of her coworkers, and that is against policy there. But they're having this really cool and really cute and really like hot and heavy flirtationship. But then he finds out that she's been lying. So you're gonna have to read to figure out what happens after that. It's such a good book. I cried a little while reading it. It was so good. The next one I'm going to talk about is The Stranger I Wed. This is part of the Doves of New York series. I'm just going to go ahead and include the whole series in this. It's so good, guys. I'm 2 books in. I have read The Stranger I Wed, and I've read Eliza and the Duke. They are historical Regency, I think set during the Edwardian period, but I'm not entirely sure. So our story begins with the death of, and it revolves around these 3 sisters. Revolves around the death of their grandmother. She is on their dad's side, their biological dad's side, because that distinction is a little important. He's kind of ditched them. He went and had a relationship with their mother, but because he is all hoity-toity and up in this really high rich family, when it came down to it, the family's like, you need to settle down and have a proper family. So he kept them housed and fed and stuff like that in this apartment. But now grandmother has died. Grandmother has left a large sum of money for her granddaughters from the first relationship. But the father is like, I won't release any of the money, because blah, 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 I'm a me. And anyways, he's not releasing any of the money, until they marry people that he, approves of. So they hitch a ride over to England, and they are going to be looking for a guy that will, help them get the money. Because the thing is that they all kind of want to be independent and do their own thing, but you need money for that. It's crap. Anyways, so the first book follows the eldest daughter, and she meets up with this. He works in legislation. It's been a little bit since I read this book. He's in government. He does fine. She marries him, and she's like, I'm going to come to this agreement with you. We're going to marry. We're going to be married for a bit, and then we're just going to quietly divorce just so I could get the money. And he's like, cool, fine with me. But then they start to fall for each other. It's really cute. Eliza and the Duke, and I've not read the third one yet. I don't even know if the third one's come out yet. Harper St. George's publisher did her a little dirty, so don't know what's going on with the third book. Anyways, Eliza and the Duke. Eliza is set to marry this old fart of a man. She's not having it. And she just wants... She knows that her future is doomed, and she just wants one night. I love the one night trope. She wants one night on the town with this hot guy who is called the Duke, but he's not a Duke. He boxes. Think of like the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes series that he did. One of the scenes, I think in the first movie, is where he's like boxing, and it's like bare-fisted boxing, and he's doing this shirtless. He's in like a little pen because it wasn't really allowed back then. Still kind of isn't. Street fighting, it's not, which is what we would call it now. But back then it was boxing. So that's what he is. This is what the Duke is. So he's like, sure, I'll give you one night. Well, then they start to fall in love, and it's cute. I can't wait to read book 3. Harper, your publisher did you dirty. I'm so sorry, girl. Pick yourself up, though. These publishers do not know what a good thing is, I guess. I'm also going to talk about Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, which is another Sapphic series. This one is also Regency romance. Adorable, I will say. Absolutely adorable. Emma or Alban, I love you so much. And I can't wait to read Like in Love with You and I'm the Problem, It's Me. Those are the other 2 Regency romances. Not sure if or Like in Love with You is a part of the series of Don't Want You Like a Best Friend, but that one and I'm the Problem, It's Me definitely are connected. Anyways, Sapphic romance, Regency, dual POV, one female protagonist. Her dad was an abusive prick. Men be men. We don't like it here. And her mom are back in society. She's got to marry good because they're not getting any money from that bastard. Other side, female protagonist. She is a wild spirit. She is going into her 4th season. She doesn't want to settle down. Her dad is like, because her mom is gone, her dad is like, cool, do whatever you want. Society, it's crap. And the dad and the mom of the two different girls, they used to have a thing, and they were going to get engaged, and then something happened, and she had to go be with the abusive prick. And so the girls are like, hey, as soon as they discover that their parents used to know each other like that, they're like, my mom's single, your dad's single, let's get them together. Kind of like a cute little Parent Trap moment. And so they're trying, and then over the course of the trying to get their parents together, they themselves are actually falling in love, and it's adorable. I loved it. I can't wait to read I'm the Problem It's Me. Next one that I'm going to talk about is Curvy Girl Summer. That one is by Danielle Allen, I believe. If I got the name wrong, I am so sorry. But this book was magnificent. I can't wait to read the second one in the little series. Our main character, her sister died quite a bit ago. She was pregnant when she died. Baby died with her. So she's, kind of dealing with that. And her family is nosy as hell. She hasn't been in a relationship in a bit, and her uncle keeps pestering her, and then finally he says, I will give you my boat if you can prove that you have a man by your birthday party that she's planning in like a couple of months. And she's like, cool, bet, I do have a man, and he's coming to my birthday party. And then she goes home, and she's like, oh, hell, I gotta join the dating apps. Because she don't have a man. So she is on all the dating apps, and she is taking them to blind dates, she's like messaging them, and they're meeting up at her favorite bar. And over the course of her going on these horrifically bad dates, she is developing a cute little flirtationship with the bartender, but he is wearing a wedding ring, and she's like, he's off limits, but I like him, but he's off limits, but I like him. But there might actually be something more to that. It might actually not be a marriage. And then two romanticies that I'm going to recommend. The first one is The Spellshop. I do call this a cozy fantasy, but it is a little bit of a romantasy as well. Our main character, she's fleeing a war-torn city. The rebels are burning the city down, and she's a librarian, and she leaves with a few books. Magic is banned in this country. And when she arrives back at her old parents' place, her parents have since died. She decides to set up shop and do some low-level magic to make ends. And she's developing a flirtationship. She's developing a good rapport with the community. She's trying to keep as low-level as possible. But when a supposed official from the city comes and threatens to expose her, she has to decide whether she's going to play with terrorists or not. Because at that point, you're acting like a terrorist. And the last one that I'm going to recommend for this video is The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. This was such a great book that I immediately went, and I was on the lookout for this particular bus that goes through my community. It's called a TBR bus, and I went and bought it from that bookstore bus. So good. Basically, our female protagonist, she is being hunted because she is like half elf, I believe it is, and people be racist. Anyways, so when she is saved, she displays that she does have some sort of innate abilities, innate powers, and she gets, I would say, what's a good word? Folded into this whole prophecy deal with these other 4 people. They are called the Remnants. It's the Remnant series. And they have to get together and do something. but they can't find the fourth one, and she's having a flirtationship romance with, because she is the wind weaver, she controls the wind, and he controls fire, but the previous wind weaver, because you get kind of reincarnated, it's kind of like Avatar in that sense. The previous wind weaver, he also had a flirtationship with, so she's like, are you just here flirting with me because I remind you of her, but I'm not her? It'd be messy. Anyways, it's good. I can't wait for the second one to come out. And that is it for this video. I'm sorry it's incredibly long. I have really gotten into romances recently, so I'm just going to blabber on and on about it. That is it, though. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!